Two titans stared one another down unflinching. Thor Odinson of reddened beard and barreled chest, and Herakles of brown eyes and sculpted physicality.
The god of thunder. I was long finished my journey by the time you came into your own, and is why I come to face you today. Son of Zeus, how often our might has been compared. Ha! Is that so? I was the benchmark then. My story's against yours. And that is why you called to me after your previous match. Indeed, it is. You who claim to be the mightiest. Know this! That title is mine. Then come, Odin's son. Test yourself. I want to see the full breadth of your strength. Believe me, I have no intention on losing.
Thor's voice raised, sending the sky into a fervor. That fury descended upon Herakles, the hero standing amid it as the ring broke and shook around him.
Calling lightning, not so firm in your might to head-on charge. I did it for your sake. Ha! For my sake. Worry not. Oh, there is. I could beat you in a single swing. I do not want something so climactic, however, to end in a single blow. Let me take away any doubt that you have.
Herakles pushed forward, his hands clenching as he closed the gap.
3 hits should not be enough to fell you, but they should remind you that if you take me lightly, you will lose. Zeus son, I see. Then I will humor you. Be polite in your defeat.
Thor picked himself up, a cascade of lightning descending from the sky. Herakles looked onward as Thor began to charge, with heavy footfalls and lightning.
Lightning and then a charge. Right. Be crushed.
Herakles braced, but found a hammer filling his view, its runic metal gleaming.
Mjolnir! Gah!
Herakles was doubled over by the strike, his frame shaking as if thunder was let loose in his core. Thor looked down at him as he careened away.
That hammer alone is why you're holding back. Please don't think that way. It is, yes.
Unflinchingly, however, Herakles picked himself up after the taunt.
Use all of your strength. Gah!
Thor was crushed into, his face being knocked aside, his body shooting across the ring.
If you do, I will do the same. Is that right? Handle it. Can you?
Herakles gave a nod, and Thor raised his arm, Mjolnir rising into his palm.
Very well. Mjolnir! Rah! Another! Gah! And another! Gah! Another one!
Herakles was sent shooting back, contorted and twisting around the furious blows he had suffered.
And once more!
The Greek hero was sent careening away by the thrown Mjolnir, the shattered arena's remnants breaking away even further. Herakles met the ground, but he struggled again and reached his feet.
That hammer returns when thrown. I was not expecting that. Mjolnir is a great hammer. It can do many things. Though, I am quite sure you are not expecting this.
Herakles produced a wooden rattle and shook it, a discordant metallic ring resounding out.
These rattles were made to frighten the Stymphalian birds. A terrible sound, even for a god. Ah, curses.
The hero tore at the thunderer, his hand clenched. Thor was rocketed backwards, his body at the mercy of Herakles' strength.
And this is my trusted club, born from an olive tree, stripped of its branches.
The produced club hurled Odinson across the ground, the air bursting and shaking. those left standing bracing against the storm that was released.
So bring about your lightning and hammer. We both bear divine arms. Do not compare such things so lightly, son of Zeus.
The hammer burst from Thor's hands, crossing the arena and aiming at Herakles.
Let me show you. Roar! That was like striking the storm itself, of course. Need I remind you who you are dealing with?
The Greek crashed away, unable to hold up.
Thor, son of Odin. Bane of Jotun kind. The conqueror of thunder.
Herakles collapsed to the ground, his head hanging and his eyes shaking.
Feel my might and respect it!
Thor placed the hammer upon Herakles' chest, the warrior staring to the sky as the weight pressed into his core.
Upon my chest? What for? Is this not a fight? All of your boasts of power are one thing, but can you prove that extra step more? Testing me then? Huh! This is just a hammer. Just a hammer. We shall see.
Thor boasted, eyeing his weapon as it sat upon Zeus's son. Herakles grabbed the handle and tried to lift it, his arms stressing as he growled.
Like I thought. Mighty as you are, it is impossible. Impossible for me to lift. Why? Because of its weight? Were you not listening? I can move and bear the sky itself. Not from your back. Forfeit before it crushes you.
Thor spoke, leering at his foe.
What?
Bellowing to the top of Olympus, Herakles pulled the hammer from his core. In the same motion, he reached his feet.
You are holding Mjolnir without a hint of apprehension. That is impossible. Impossible. I am the impossible. To me, Mjolnir. Don't worry, the hammer is all yours. Let's see who is truly stronger. Let's settle it!
Undeterred by the boast of his Greek foe, Thor rushed forth, Herakles following. The arena was no more, the two ripping it and the landscape apart in their clash. Lightning and thunder tore through the sky, the sun blacking out and darkening beneath their strength.
Your strength. Perhaps it even surpasses Gilgamesh's. Frightening. You can still stand. Truly. I find it hard to think of a rival to that kind of power, which is why I must defeat you on this next attack. You want to bet on a single blow? Very well. Whoever is left standing is the victor. Yes, a single blow. That is the aim.
They charged again, ripping the land and the darkened sky, as only two gods could. Neither moved after the explosion. Instead, they stood, with backs facing one another, several yards apart, chests heaving and teeth gnashing.
Thor, son of Odin, that was incredible. You have my respect. With that, I can be happy. Excellent match. Herakles.
The pause ended with the Thunderer falling face first into the dirt, dust rising as the Greek god fell to a knee. It was here Herakles emerged the victor,